Hey guys, Jenna here, and today we're talking about football. Just kidding, we're not talking about football. I notoriously despise football Sundays. I mean, I don't despise it. I don't like to watch it on TV. I would totally go to a game because I think the atmosphere is cool. But basically the highlight of football Sundays for me is cooking and watching people eat my food. So I've been working on some recipes lately for some football Sunday food just to kind of make the day more fun for me. And of course, keeping it vegetarian and sometimes vegan and trying to find some different stuff because I feel like online you find a lot of the same stuff. So I've been seeing this vegan nacho cheese recipe all over the place. Like everybody's making it. They do potato and cashews as the base, and then they add nutritional yeast to make it cheesy and maybe some other spices and things like that. So I decided to make my dip with the same base because I really like that. I like that method, but I wanted to make the flavors totally different. And I already had some kind of Thai, Asian sort of spices and flavors in my refrigerator. So I made a Thai coconut dip and it tastes so freaking delicious, seriously. So I used that same base with potatoes and cashews, and then I added some really nice flavors like lemongrass and some sambal and sesame oil and ginger, and it really came out so well. It's packed full of flavor. I feel like it's pretty healthy for you, and it's definitely a good alternative to like regular nacho cheese or a lot of different dips. And I just really hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you try it next football Sunday. Be sure to comment below to let me know if you liked it and subscribe to my page. So luckily for this dip, we have very little prep. It's very easy to make. So we're going to start by peeling and dicing one russet potato. I like to use a russet potato because it's super mild in flavor, so the dip won't taste potato-y. And also when it cooks up and is really soft, it makes for a nice creamy base for this dip. And then we're also going to dice up half of a yellow onion and then put a pan on medium heat and add 2 tablespoons of coconut oil so that we get even more of that coconut flavor. Add the diced potatoes and onion to the pan, and now add a little bit of salt and pepper before adding half a cup of vegetable broth. And make sure that all of the potatoes and the onion are totally covered in the vegetable broth before covering it. And we're going to simmer this on medium heat so that it's, maybe 5 minutes until things start to become soft before we add all of our flavor. So we're going to add about a tablespoon of freshly grated ginger. I love the kick that this adds and the nice flavor. And then we're going to add about 2 teaspoons of ground turmeric. I like the color that this adds, and it's also just super healthy for you. And then we're going to add 2 heaping tablespoons of lemongrass. I use the kind in the squeezy tube. I think it's just super easy to use and actually has really great flavor. And then we're going to let this simmer for about 5 more minutes until everything is nice and soft. Add about a cup of raw cashews to a blender, and then add all of those cooked potatoes and onions. It's really important that the potatoes are really nice and soft because it's going to add a creaminess. And then we're going to add an entire can of coconut milk to this. This is going to make everything really nice and creamy. It's going to be just the perfect, smooth, flavorful dip. So go ahead and blend this up in your blender. And I gave it a little taste just to see how the flavor was. I had really only planned to garnish this with cilantro, but then I decided to add a handful of cilantro to this. I really love the flavor, and it came out really well. So now everything is blended up, you're ready to go. That was super simple. So we're just going to add our dip to a couple of small cups, one for me, one for everybody else. And I'm gonna add a little bit of garnish to this, so I'm going to drizzle a little bit of sesame oil on top for flavor, and then I'm also going to add some garlic chili paste or sambal to the top for a little bit of heat and a kick. I actually ended up adding more to this because I really love the spice. And then I'm going to snip a little bit of fresh chive on top of each one, and I'm also going to add a little bit more fresh cilantro to the top of each of these as well. All of this flavor is just like, honestly, some of my favorite flavors for a curry or for like a rice and seafood dish. I actually have another dish coming up that I'll share with you soon for similar flavors with scallops. So now we're going to add our chips, and you can see this makes a really nice creamy dip. I hope that you enjoy this on your next football Sunday.